of the biggest questions that everybody has when they get the CJO is what happens after the event day? What happens after the in-person interview? What happens after I get my CJO? Stay tuned for more information on what happens after all of this. Welcome to my channel, guys. Once again, my name is Princella. Welcome to my next location. If you're new here, I just got hired on as a flight attendant to work with a major US airline company. I am awaiting my training day. I am very new, so I do not have all the knowledge, but I'm here to share my experience, okay? I'm here to share my experience. Everything I say here is my opinion, my experience. Nobody asked me to come and say anything. I decided to share my experience with you guys because I know that these airline companies are currently hiring, and like me, when I was going in, I wanted as much information as possible. So I'm here for you. I'm here to give you all the details and all the information you would need as you go through your flight attendant journey or application process. Let's get into it. All right, so I do have my notes here. So if you see me referring or looking at it, I just want to make sure that I'm giving you all the necessary information and I'm not leaving anything out. First of all, what happens after you apply? A lot happens. So once you go through the application process and you submit your application, you're going to receive several email communications from invitation to do your online assessment, invitation to do your online interview, invitation to do your virtual job tryout, and then the big one, which is the invitation to the event day. So once you go through all these hoops, you get invited to the event day, you go, you have your in-person interview, you participate in the several activities that they have for you all. Every airline company is different, but the airline company that I worked for, the CJO, which is a conditional job offer, is given to you at a certain point in time. And once you get that CJO, that is a confirmation that, hey, you have been given this job on the condition that you pass your background check, you pass your training, and you graduate, right? But that's a big step because it means, hey, you're hired. However, you do have to do these other things to make you an employee or permanent employee. One thing I will say at the start of today's video is that everybody's timeline is different. Everybody's journey is different. For me, between me hitting the apply button or submitting my application and getting the event day date, it took me about a month to do it. All the other stuff were fast. My timeline was different because I had other things going on that prevented me from moving quickly as possible. But if you, I have also heard of someone, or I've seen someone say that when they applied, it took them 1 week before they got an email for an online assessment. My online assessment link or invitation was sent to me the same, like I literally sent my application, let's say at 7 a.m. By 7:15, 7:30, I had received an invitation for an online assessment. However, in someone's case, it took them a week for them to get that. So you just have to be mindful of the fact that everybody's journey is different, so you have to be patient with the process. There's going to be a lot of waiting, a lot of sitting around, a lot of wondering what's going on. Am I in? Am I out? Am I getting? Am I not getting it? You just have to be patient with the process and enjoy the process, and just know that if it's meant to be, it will be. The big question:
what happens after you get your CJO?
What happens after you get your CJO? And I'm gonna try as much as possible not to let you know when you get it, because my airline company does it in an interesting way, but I cannot speak for all airline companies, but I'm assuming that it's similar. So once you do get your CJO, you have to go through a drug and background test, right? And the drug test, depending on which airline company you're applying to, they might do it on site. Some might ask you to go to a specific location or choose from a list of locations where your sample can be taken for the drug test. And there is a time frame within which you're supposed to do it, or your CJO will be revoked. The same for your background check as well. Until you're until you're cleared for your background check, you don't get assigned a training schedule. So for me, I received my CJO and I had 48 hours to complete my background check, as in put in all the information they needed. The reason why they suggested, or the talent acquisition team suggested, that I complete my background check submission is that the drug test takes 48 hours for them to get the results. And the drug test for the airline company that I applied to, they do it on site. So it takes them 48 hours to get the response. So even if you're cleared from your background check, right? If your drug test is not back, you won't be assigned a training date and vice versa. Because they get the drug test results within 48 hours, they suggested that we complete our background information submission as soon as possible. That way I can get my training date as soon as possible. So that was my mission. My mission was to make sure that I provided the information for my background test, my background check as soon as possible. That way, because that might take some time, depending on how extensive your life is or how long you've lived or the things you've done and where you've moved and where you've lived. And I've lived in different countries. I'm originally from Ghana and I moved here. Then I went back, then I moved here. So I've been to a lot of places. I schooled in different places as well. So I have a whole lot. So I wanted to make sure that I provided that information as soon as possible. That way, by the time that's ready, my drug test is in and I can get a training date as soon as possible. The reason why you would want to get your training date as soon as possible is because seniority in this business is a huge deal. So you might apply with somebody, or you might be at an event day with someone. You might both get your CJO at the same time. However, if my background check and my drug test comes back sooner than their stuff, I might be given an option to choose an earlier, or I might end up with an earlier training date than them. I can state for a fact that there were some people that I got my CJO with at the same day, the same time and everything. However, my training date is ahead of theirs. So if, let's say, if my training date is March 15th or March 10th or whatever, theirs is April 10th or April 15th. So it's a big deal. And one thing I will add again is that you have to be very responsive to the emails you're getting, the email communication. You should be on your email like from the jump. But there is a lot of waiting. After you get your CJO, there will be a lot of waiting because, mind you, the airline company is processing so many people. Thousands of people apply to this position, and even though you've gone through the event day, you've gotten your CJO, and you're waiting for training or background or drug test, they are still hiring. So the talent acquisition team or the hiring team is still hiring other people. So it's not all about you. Sorry to say, it's not all about you, but I promise you, you're going to be anxious. You're going to wonder what's going on. You're going to wonder if, oh my God, has the CJO been revoked? Did my drug test have an issue? Did my background check not go through? You're going to have all those anxious moments, but I'm here to tell you to calm down. Relax, calm down. Even if you get to that point, just reel yourself back in, take a deep breath, and just relax. Because once you have your CJO, all things being equal, as long as you don't have any strange past or anything go wrong with your drug test or your background check, you are fine. It's just that it takes a while for you to receive the communication because, mind you, like I said, it's not all about you. They're still hiring more people. They're still trying to get more people. Like there's somebody there who's also hit that submit button for their application, who's also waiting for an email for their online assessment. And the airline company that I applied to, the information that I received was that they're looking to hire like 6,000 people by the end of this year. So it's not about you. It's not you. Everybody's journey is different. Your timeline will be different from somebody else's timeline. So just because you received somebody received their communication a week later doesn't mean that you're going to receive yours. You might get yours a month later, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. So just keep that in mind. So that's it. That's what happens after you get your CJO. The main thing is that you go through the background check, you do your drug test, and then once all those come back and you're cleared, you get assigned your training date. It doesn't happen instant. Everybody's journey is different. You might have to wait a week or two. You're going to be worried. You're going to be concerned. You're going to be scared. You're going to be anxious. But like I said, you have to calm down, remain calm and collected. It's going to be all right. You made it this far. You got the conditional job offer. So hold on to that and just be hopeful that everything will work out in your favor. That being said, you made it all the way to this part. You made it all the way to this point. It means you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing. Support me by hitting that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell next to it so that whenever I post a video, you're first to get the notification. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you like what I'm sharing here. Support your girl. And then also leave a comment in the comment section below. What was the timeline for your duration between CJO and getting a training date assigned? What was the timeline for you? I want to know. And then if you're waiting to get your training date assigned, how are you feeling right now? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. If you're looking forward to your event day or your in-person, your online interview, let me know as well. I want to know. If you're applying to a different airline company aside from my airline company, which we know, wink, wink, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching today's video. Once again, I am checking out. See you in the next video. Bye.